Hey guys, what's up? My name is Florian, this is Waschhaus TV, and today they finally come together. So welcome to this week's episode of Waschhaus TV. Today I'm going to talk about location services in iOS, and I came up with that idea last week when the iPhone app Human became a major update 2.0. And what this app does is basically it tracks your daily activities like walking and running, and it keeps you motivated by giving you a goal of 30 minutes of daily activity that you should reach. And second, I started a project, a new app that I'm working on, which is based on Bluetooth services. And there is a new Bluetooth, location-based Bluetooth service in iOS 7 named iBeacons. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But let's get started with the app. This is Human 2.0. And as you can see, there is a big 0 in the middle of the screen, which means that I didn't move at all today. Yeah, and so how this works is that it actually monitors your movement. So it keeps track of your location, and when you're moving for at least 1 minute, it adds that minute to your daily activity counter. So, and this is really kind of interesting because on Saturday I was on the road, and I was on the train, and I was in a car, and I was walking the days, and it actually really, this is the log of Saturday, it was really keeping track of where I was driving and where I was walking, and this was kind of astonishing, right? It really kept track of so for example, I'm switching trains, and it kept track of, I can see here that I was 15 minutes on the train, and then I was walking 2 minutes on the train station, and then I was again another 20 minutes on another train. And this is kind of creepy, but it actually really works quite well. And so I wanted to have a look into this, how this actually works. And there are 4 main ways to find your location. And how the iPhone does this is based on different technologies. So first, there is a triangulation of your position of cell towers and of Wi-Fi networks. So this is not very accurate, but it's a pretty good way for the iPhone to start giving the area around you, to find out where you are, in which city you are, for example, and in which it's not very accurate. So what's really accurate is GPS, but it takes a long time to actually get your position. So it may take 1 minute or 2 minutes, and until your iPhone has a pretty good GPS location, it's looking for cell towers around you, and it's looking for Wi-Fi signals around you, and it's locating you by those signals. So this is really interesting. And how this works, it's based on a crowdsourced database at Apple. So Apple has a database of Wi-Fi networks and their locations, and it has a database of locations of cell towers. And your iPhone looks up the database and figures out where you are. And those databases are actually kept up to date by you as a user. And I didn't know that. But when you have location services turned on in your iPhone, the iPhone periodically sends GPS location and Wi-Fi signals around you up to Apple servers so that it can actually update their database. And then other users can check, okay, so there are databases, there are Wi-Fi networks around me. And so the iPhone has a pretty good chance of locating you because it knows, due to other users that were previously here on your location, where you are right now. And it does this also for a traffic database. So when you're driving a car, for example, your iPhone actually also updates periodically. It provides information about your current speed and your current location to Apple servers and to Apple databases, so that it can show are there any traffic jams or something like that. So this app Human is not also tracking your current location, it's also able to differentiate between activities you're currently doing. So it can tell the difference between whether you're walking or you're running or biking, and it also knows when you're driving in a car or when you're on a train. And this is really interesting. I would like to know how they're achieving this. I don't really know, but maybe they're using some data about your current speed or your current acceleration. So there's an accelerometer built into the iPhone. There's also a gyroscope which can tell the orientation on Earth. So maybe they are combining those data about the device orientation and your current speed and setting this in relation to the overall speed and location. And this is really kind of interesting. I would really like to know more about that. But it's really great app. It's cool and inspiring, and it motivates you to just get out. So Human is available on the App Store right now. I put a link down in the description. So let's talk about iBeacon. iBeacon was introduced by Apple with iOS 7, and it basically takes location services one step further. There was never a really great way of telling where you are indoors, because GPS doesn't work. You don't have a straight side to the satellites, and Wi-Fi also doesn't work because it's too inaccurate. And so they came up with the idea of a Bluetooth-based location service. And that's what iBeacon is. iBeacon works based on the proximity to a specific Bluetooth transmitter. So this transmitter, for example, it sits in a retail store, and it's sending out a signal with a certain ID. So it's always telling, okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And when you come by with your iPhone, it sees that signal, oh, there's a beacon here. And so it can tell, or a specific app from that retail store, for example, can tell that you just entered that store. And so they can put up a welcome message, or they can put up some items that are on sale, for example. And to demonstrate that, I just put together this little app. So this is an iPad app. This is really sad iPad app. Very, very sad iPad app. But when his friend comes close, which is an iPhone app, then they are really, really happy both together. And this is also based on proximity. So when I put it away, it's sad again. And when I put it together, they're happy again and sad again. So this is how it works. Based on the signal strength to that beacon, to that Bluetooth transmitter, an app and the iPhone can tell how close you are to that beacon. Where this also comes in handy, it's not only for retail stores, but imagine something like a restaurant. When you are in front of a restaurant checking out the menu, based on iBeacon service, an app could tell you, for example, if there are any seats available or how long the waiting time would be for a table. Another very great usage of this could be on a train, so public transportation. When you are moving on a train and based on just your geolocation, an app would never be able to tell on which train you are because the train has no stationary location. But with an iBeacon placed on that train, an app could tell you info about delays or arrival times for that specific train. And the greatest test yet so far was at this year's Super Bowl. They put up dozens of iBeacons at the Times Square and the MetLife Stadium, and fans with the NFL app would be able to see infos about merchandise and NFL exhibits and, for example, also shorter concession lines. So this is really cool technology and totally interesting, and I'm very excited to see what developers and retailers can do with this technology. So now, where you know where I am and where you are and why you know where you are, that's it for today. This was this week's episode of Waschhaus TV, episode number 6, I guess. Yes, it was episode number 6. Thank you very much for watching this week's show, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please leave a thumbs up down below, share this video with friends and colleagues, and yeah, see you next week. So this is very sad iPad. Very sad iPad. But when friends come close, then happy again. And they said again. Said again. Said again. Now come on.